What up, y'all? All right? Good day today, my peoples. You know what? I just want to get on here, kick some science for a few minutes, and just express myself about reality, and what we be dealing with on a day-to-day basis, dealing with people, as far as like, you know, us being a person, or people who have responsibilities, to take care of our business and keep things intact. You know what I'm saying? Well, as far as things that we have responsibility over to sustain our livelihood with, right? In the process of that, you know what I'm saying? You know, you know, we tend to have time to communicate through the social media, right? And yet, I noticed, on social media, a lot of people, who be on social media, be having successful pages with big numbers, or in some cases, even go viral, dealing with topics about people wanting to see you fail or pull you down. Now, first of all, I can see with the numbers that I have on social media, it is what it is. Coming from an organic perspective in terms of my approach when I'm utilizing social media for psychological and spiritual mind elevation, uplifting purposes, right? But it seemed like a lot of drama seems to get a lot of attention from a lot of viewers, viewing topics dealing with people, talking about how other people don't want to see you advance or or do better than them, or or topics about people not liking you. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So for my haters, right, I want to give you something to feed on. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what I got to say about people like you who don't want to see me get somewhere or want to pull me down, right? Or don't want to support me and see me do better than you, or want to see me not do good, or don't want to support my gifts and talents to where you jealous, of my capabilities as a result of utilizing my intelligence, in a perspective to where it shows that I'm on a higher level than you or something, when the case is I'm just being myself, trying to appeal to the higher self in you. You know what I'm saying? Not be on here talking about I don't like you for this reason, for this reason, for this, that, and the third, or I'm on here talking about pulling certain people down. Or I don't like this person or that person, with controversial shots, to try to throw at a person, to get a negative reaction out of them. Or, where a mature person, if I'm not interested in you from a realistic perspective, I'm not gonna feed off into nothing you got going, period. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with me, getting mine. But yet, in the process of me getting mine, you have certain secret haters, that feel some type of way, about you getting yours. Ain't that sick? When that person or whoever secretly hating on you can apply themselves in a way where they can get theirs. But yet, it's not appearing or going that way out here. Back to my point. Like, to addressing, you know what I'm saying, the pettiness of these small-minded people out here who want to hate on me as a result of me letting my light shine, which should be applauded, you know what I'm saying, in a way that shows your like-minded growth and support towards something that's really beneficial for the edification of your spirit. But a lot of y'all are so fucked up out here and so rooted in drama. Yeah, that's why a lot of these pages be blowing up out here dealing with topics about why a person don't want to see you come up, why a person, you know what I'm saying, want to pull you down, or why a person behind your back, you know what I'm saying, is stabbing you in it. You know what I'm saying? They smile in your face. All the time they want to take your place. They ain't nothing but backstabbers, because it's in them as a jealous individual who is envious of you, you know what I'm saying, who don't want to see you in a better position than them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes me to certain experiences I had, right? Where certain individuals, right? Like, I had certain job positions that I had worked once upon a time. You know what I'm saying? As a result of you know, wanting to make some money, you know what I'm saying, doing a particular service, you know what I'm saying, in a field of that I had first had experience in, you know what I'm saying, as far as like a company that made car seats, you know what I'm saying, for the Jeep Wagoneer, you know what I'm saying, in a certain workplace, which was very petty in some ways, but I bypassed the pettiness, you know what I'm saying, with my ability to think higher of myself and not feed off into the small-minded competition in that particular field of work, so to speak, right? To the point where, you know, I was minding my own business. My job description was getting done at a very satisfactory level to where the supervision, you know what I'm saying, seen me in a light to where I was someone who was a good worker, right? To where I had always had, you know, bigger goals to have my own business, though. You know what I'm saying? Which eventually led me into a position that I'm in now to eventually have my own independent business as a source of me having a company to be able to good service and meet the needs of people in the community. You know what I'm saying? As far as my own business. So, but yet, individuals, you know what I'm saying, was like asking me about my job situation, you know what I'm saying, which was really questions to try to see if they can do something to get in my position to take my job away from me, because it was such a sweet situation where I was like, you know, and you know, doing good, and it was like not kind of like laborious as other job positions, to where mine looked it sweeter than theirs, to where, you know what I'm saying, individuals, you know what I'm saying, was like behind a brother's back trying to see how they can do something to have certain like supervision to not like me for whatever reason, because of my sedentary work in nature to where I wasn't on my feet a lot, but yet I was getting paid good money in their eyes as if I was doing certain jobs that require for individuals to be on they feet all day. You know what I'm saying? Like how I'm here right now before this camera, you know, communicating with y'all, you know what I'm saying, about these stories, right? And where I'm sitting down right now to where I'm not, standing up, moving around a lot. But yet, when I finish doing what my job description required for me to do, I can have a seat and chill until somebody else come to me and ask me for certain products that I will go get and bring to them. Then once I bring it to them, go back and chill and sit down. You know what I'm saying? Until they need some more supplies. So as a result of that, that situation, you know what I'm saying, was full of individuals who didn't, who pretended to like me, but was jealous of my position that caused them to in a way end up actually feeling jealous or envious of me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm there to just work to get my money like everybody else. But people behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying, plotting against you and don't like you for no reason because of seeds planted in their own mind, you know what I'm saying, because of fortunate positions like that I had or like you may have in your situation. You know what I'm saying? Which is very crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yet, like they say, like all good things come to an end. So a situation transpired one day where it was like the supervision of that particular job description I had, something happened to where the overseers, you know what I'm saying, of that, the work that I was doing, right, they changed the workers. So it was like other people who was like experienced in the building as supervisors that wasn't my supervisor but end up being my supervisor, right? Told me, end up telling me that I couldn't work my job area the way I was working it from a certain point on, right? Where lawfully, you know what I'm saying, I can do that job description based on what's called conditional acceptance by law. So it got to a point where it appeared like I was being discriminated against by the shift in supervision that told me I couldn't work doing that position the way I was working it based on me having the opportunity to sit down when I was not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So I notified to them, I'm like, I've been doing this particular service here for 7 months. And all of a sudden, and you know me, you know what I'm saying? But this guy felt some kind of way too by creating a situation where he literally called himself enforcing there's new job duties to where I had to be on my feet, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much all day. You know what I'm saying? Where I told him, I was like, based on me working here, you know what I'm saying, and my back condition, you know what I'm saying, as far as me having a conditional acceptance job, sedentary work opportunity, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't do that, you know what I'm saying? So I was in the clear, but yet a situation took place to where even the what they call the human service department or something in the building, you know what I'm saying, I notified to them about what the new supervision cause they themselves imposing, you know what I'm saying, to me. You know what I'm saying? About me not being able to work that job position like that no more. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I ain't finna come over here, you know what I'm saying, trying to disrupt what I got going on. Go on about your business with that. So I talked to the people in the human service area, and they was taking the side of the new supervision. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? As a result, I told this lady, you know what I'm saying, who responded in a way where they was on their side, the office was on their side, right? About the work environment, which was really kind of real hostile. Like I said, it was a lot of pettiness in there, but yet the place, I told them, I was like, you know what? Well, as a result of y'all telling me that, I had the work ID and stuff like that. I was like, as a result of that, I'm gonna discontinue to work here, and just left from the building just like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I could do better. So I'm saying that to say this right here about people, you know what I'm saying, trying to create a situation to disturb what you got going on. And when you got confidence in yourself, where you can just move on from a situation into a better situation for yourself because of as a result of dealing with people, you know what I'm saying? This is a fact of life. There is people out here who is rooted in jealousy, enviness, hatred, and pettiness, you know what I'm saying, against people for whatever reason. Everybody got enemies. Everybody known and unknown. Everybody got haters. Known and unknown, right? To where I'm of such a creative mindset, I don't give a fuck about nobody hating on me, but the hate exists. But to just speak on it, it's just for the sake of just taking a little time out to address what's real, because people out here, deep down inside, a lot of these people out here is no good for you. No good for me. They no good to themselves, to where it's this saying that a lot of these people out here, it's not of no good earthly use, but to be savages, you know what I'm saying, in pursuit of happiness the wrong way, by causing themselves to try to pull other people down to make themselves feel good. Which in all actuality, don't make them feel good, because in essence, y'all know what? These motherfuckers is miserable to the core. You know what I'm saying? So for a lot of these experiences that I be going through, you know what I'm saying? It's like nothing. It's like a small thing to a real giant. You know what I'm saying? That don't allow those minute negative things, you know what I'm saying, get to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't even respond to that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I even look like a guy who have an aura that say this. You know what I'm saying? My aura even speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? Don't come bother me with none of the madness. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't the one. You know what I'm saying? Your foolishness would never work on me. It's a futile attempt for you, you know what I'm saying, to bring your madness. For you to try to bring your madness into my circle or my cipher. My cipher consists of me adding on to my knowledge in the most positive form and destroy the negativity that may try to creep up and exist in my cipher or my garden. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful garden with the light of the sun shining, you know what I'm saying, on a beautiful summer day all day long, where people love that atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? of the community of myself. I got a good atmosphere about myself. You know what I'm saying? But yet, you know what I'm saying, you got the sick, demented mentality individuals, you know what I'm saying, who ain't got nothing going on for themselves, you know what I'm saying, to try to negatively get a response out of you to mess with your emotions. But guess what? I am emotionally intelligent. You know what I'm saying? To the point where y'all small mindedness that y'all try to play on me is irrelevant because I'm blessed by the best. And I want you to feel and know this deep down in y'all soul that I'm blessed by the best. You know what I'm saying? So the contentment of my mind ain't gonna be disturbed by nothing you try to do regarding trying to pull me down or hate on me. It don't mean shit. And as a matter of fact, let me take it a little deeper. For you haters, may these words that I am articulating right now, right? May they serve as, maybe I need a bottle of, how should I say, some pain relievers. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you idiots, you know what I'm saying, is headaches. You know what I'm saying? So may this communication that I'm doing for the sake of reaching people, you know what I'm saying, who is about maturity and trying to learn something for the better and ways to help them in life where they can succeed, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to you haters who try to get in the way of people being on the straight and narrow on the path of to succeed on the path of success. You know what? May these words be like a pain reliever for y'all to relieve y'all of your headaches because y'all are full of headaches and negative thoughts. You know what I'm saying? That make me laugh. I'm getting my laugh on. You know what I'm saying? Like, my laugh, you know what? This actually is therapeutic for me to be talking about this because my laughs about the foolishness of you haters, you know what I'm saying, is therapeutic. It feels actually good. Like when the scriptures was talking about y'all characters, right? As far as like when the righteous, oh yeah, when the righteous, right, show up, the people feel glad because of the positive energies, you know what I'm saying, that we operate through the ethers, you know, by us creating a positive atmosphere with the ethers that mean well for the next person's spirit, mind, and soul that's uplifting to them. Where when we come in contact with certain people, we have a positive effect on their souls because that's why our mentality is high vibratory beings, right? So by us having that kind of positive effect on people, the people feel glad inside, right? But when the wicked come, it has a nasty opposite effect. Like, oh, get away from me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about you haters. Stay the fuck away from me with the nonsense. Get to stay away from me. Don't come around me. You know what I'm saying? But from a distance, because of some twisted, crazy way, you know what I'm saying, you still want to hate from a distance for whatever reason because that garbage is in you that need to be exorcised through an exorcism for it to hopefully that evil, sick, twisted spirit to get eradicated out of your being. I ain't forgot though, but back to this point, right? When the wicked perishes, the people rejoice. Yay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? What a relief. You know what I'm saying? What a relief it is to not have these negative, foul people in your life. Look, the Most High is the best of planners, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And the real all-seeing eye of the Most High, right? See all of this. So the humans on the planet, right? That think, you know what I'm saying, ain't no consequences for their actions, or ain't no consequences eventually regarding the scales of my odds. You know what I'm saying? Regarding, you know what I'm saying, the heart being weighed against the feather. May our hearts, you know what I'm saying, be light as that feather, you know what I'm saying, as far as us out here having good hearts. And a lot of us do, you know what I'm saying, but yet there is a multitude of dirty ass hearts out here. You know what I'm saying? That is connected with that demonic seed of those beings whose hearts, or the imagination of these people's hearts, right, was to do evil continuously. You know what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers, man, they are of the evil one seed, or the devil seed. It's like they nature. You know what I'm saying? So as far as us separating ourselves from these sick, demented individuals, right, where we can have relief. You know, our environment is an environment of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? That we bask ourselves in, knowing that we are in a good place. You know what I'm saying? Where we feel good about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You have forces out here that don't want you to feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, say for instance, right, forces don't want this positive message to get a lot of likes or go even viral. What I'm saying makes sense, right? So you would think like-minded people who like, yeah, bro, you right, man, you making a lot of sense there, will respond in ways where the numbers will show. Because in all actuality, you know what I'm saying, if there is a lot of good like-minded people out here who was healthy in the mind, you know what I'm saying, that separate themselves from the falsehood, you know what I'm saying, of these idiots out here, you know what I'm saying, that love, you know what I'm saying, to be giving their attention to drama, negativity, noise pollution, you know what I'm saying, negative vibrations, low vibrations. They attracted to negativity and fighting episodes and crazy altercations and drama. You know what I'm saying? Which is something good to talk about. Like, as if, damn, when you turn on the news, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us out here like, damn, I don't even watch the news no more, because when you turn the news on, it's too fucking depressing. You hearing something about, oh man, somebody just got killed over there on the east side. Somebody just got killed over there on the west side. You know what I'm saying? And this what happened over in on the north side, or this what happened on the south side, northwest, southwest, wherever you at. The news don't even have stories on it unless it's predominantly evil and negative and dark. You know what I'm saying? Full of low vibration stories that affect people in real life murders, real life robberies, real life home invasions. You know what I'm saying? Real life criminal stories, you know what I'm saying, that affect people's lives negatively. You know what I'm saying? Where people losing loved ones, you know what I'm saying, over unthinkable stuff, you know what I'm saying, where you like, dang, you know what I'm saying? We really got to be careful, you know what I'm saying, with our day-to-day dealings, just trying to live righteous and take good care of ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And you got fools, you know what I'm saying? You never know who watching you. You never know who thinking about you, you know what I'm saying, in ways to where the thoughts is um maybe even harmful, you know what I'm saying? To the point where, you know, a lot of us who smart out here, we stay on our P's and Q's in terms of being prepared, you know what I'm saying, due to the nature of the society in which we live, you know what I'm saying, we know we got to be security minded of ourselves and our environment at all costs, 247, 365, because a lot of people ain't wrapped too tight out here, you know what I'm saying. You got even people who reporting or sharing experiences about personal experiences of them having people who was close to them all of a sudden, right, turn on them. I can relate to it. I'm like, yo, we we appear. I'm cool. I ain't wrong. Certain people in my circle, right? Well, I'm like, wait a minute. Certain people I'm dealing with got demons in them to the point where, yo, this came from you, yo. Nah, it's super crazy out here. I ain't even finna be going back and forth dealing with certain individuals, you know what I'm saying, that I'm like, they ain't got love for me that I had love for, but really, they ain't had no love for me because really they was around me based on what I got. You know what I'm saying? What I have. You know what I'm saying? Which is a cheap reason to really be dealing with people, which is actually the trace of a user. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, who can turn around to try to end up abusing you. Now, abuse is something I never go for. I would never take. So you're not finna be around me mistreating me in no way, shape, form, or fashion because I don't deserve that. I'm not here to be living my life, you know what I'm saying, as a as a smart, intelligent adult to go for that kind of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? That's why, as far as a lot of us out here, like, damn, you know, I don't hang around people like I used to, or, you know, I got a certain chosen few or a handful of people, you know what I'm saying, that I associate with, you know what I'm saying, or a few people, you know what I'm saying, that you can count on, you know what I'm saying, that's really family and got your back and a beat that for you through thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? It's like all around the world the same song with a lot of people out here ending up being by themselves because a lot of the men and women is counterproductive to the righteous standards and the etiquette that a lot of men and women have that still have them positive traits about themselves, standing for being a person of good decorum, you know what I'm saying, toward they uh close people in a circle who supposed to constitute to being they friends, to the point where friends ain't how they used to be. You know what I'm saying? But yet, here it is, we living our lives, you know what I'm saying, drama free, You know what I'm saying? Staying sucker free, seeing through the games in society, staying separated from the unclean things of the world too, as a result of our spiritual convictions. You know what I'm saying? To where our relationship with God, the Most High, you know what I'm saying, is of primary importance where, like me, just give me my portion, God, and I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? Without getting carried away by all the dollar green fantasies. You know what I'm saying? That got a lot of people in the world and in society falling for hook, line, and sinker, being led into the ditch to where they have fell for the bait. You know what I'm saying? A certain um, material entrapments. You know what I'm saying? That got them on a fast track to hell. You know what I'm saying? As a result of an evil mind. You know what I'm saying? Giving into ways that's appealing to the lower self of man and woman. You know what I'm saying? So, regarding the point I was making earlier about a lot of content creators getting likes and views on a page or channel, however you want to call it, they social media, or they live streaming, or they they social media page, right, or whatever. Um um they talking about people. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to see you coming up, my brother. They they don't want to see you doing good, better than them. You know what I'm saying? They want to post, you know what I'm saying, all they want to post when things going good, you know what I'm saying? But nobody want to post nothing when they going bad, or they doing, or they not doing so good. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real person, right? I'm on here being myself. I know what I have upstairs in my intellect, as far as my mind, my mentality. Um, it's what really count, because a man's and a woman's conduct, right, determines their survival. A lot of people out here, they end up leaving too early. You know what I'm saying? When we got an opportunity to live a life with longevity to it. If you can think as a rational minded person, you can save yourself from the foolish things of this world. Now, mind you, by me speaking this way goes to show you that I am interested in a broader way of thinking. But yet, a lot of other souls out here, or lost souls out here, is not analytical enough to see through or see past the veil of ignorance in a society that's rooted in trick knowledge that come from the mind of Satan himself. You know what I'm saying? But yet, they keep following the blind, right? They keep following the blind, right? And y'all heard the saying before. A lot of y'all wasn't born yesterday. Y'all heard the saying before. If the blind leads the blind, they all falls into a ditch. So who gonna get them out the ditch? Another blind person? Or someone who can see, that has guidance to get them back on solid ground? See, when using that analogy, right? That analogy shows that it's a metaphor to stand for a real life scenario situation. Because there's a lot of people out here falling in holes that they dig for themselves. So if you can think, you can save yourself from ending up in these ditches out here, following these blinded individuals out here who is living lies. You know what I'm saying? To the point where the lies that they live in got them caught up. It's a heck of a thing out here when we don't value wisdom. Like when the wisdom, like when in the scriptures, right? When that proverbial saying was like, wisdom is calling out in the streets. Wisdom is calling out in the streets. Wisdom is calling out in the streets. Who is going to listen? Who is going to listen? So what wisdom does is, for those that heed to me, you know what I'm saying, will I lead to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? The promised land of being rightly guided on the spiritual path that leads to greater rewards. You know what I'm saying? This life is a test. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people ain't getting it. Some pass the tests. Some fail the tests. I'm trying to be a God seed that passes the tests. That's why my language is in order the way that it is, to be free from the author of confusion. You know what I'm saying? These words is alive. You know what I'm saying? And the living creator, you know what I'm saying, that we are a product of, we are supposed to be in the image and likeness of that energy source. So remember, when I was like, in one of my other transmissions, I was, my other posts that I did, as far as us being, remembering the purity in which we was created in. That's real. But yet, you know what I'm saying, in our environments and in the world is bombarded with energies that we gotta be on guard against. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a lot of institutions and places, right, that is full of people, to where these people is of a certain mindset in these places in the world, to where they want to sift you as wheat, because the job of the devil is to lead you all astray, right? Yet, you won't get led astray, right? Due to you having the psychic abilities, the mental awareness, the knowledgeable awareness, the psychic self-defense, to defend yourself against the trickery, the deception, right, of whatever that was used to be used as bait to lead you astray, where you would end up being in error, to take upon a certain personality trait, right? To love being a wrongdoer and get blessed by the evil one, disguised as a good blessing coming from a good God. You know what I'm saying? Who transformed himself into or herself into a angel of light, but they is disguised. You know what I'm saying? They in disguise, connected to the master of disguises. You know what I'm saying? Being tied to the world of Satan himself. You know what I'm saying? And the evil ones and minions and things of this particular nature. You know what I'm saying? Who love people who are haters. You know what I'm saying? The envious people, the jealous people who are jealousy mongers, who are envy mongers. You know what I'm saying? Who are unclean spirit mongers, who are dirty in spirit, where they is dirty in the mind, contaminated with unclean spirits, infested by legions of demons. This is real. You know what I'm saying? You can feel it from the energy vibration of the atmosphere of these people's aura. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the mark of the evil one on them, where you can see, like, eventually it gets this deep, they gonna end up dead. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna end up in a bad place, or they gonna end up, somebody gonna do something bad to them. You can see it coming. You can see it on them, or you can see death on this person. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of us, God sees, who got the mark of life on us. You know what I'm saying? And people, like, hate you for righteousness' name's sake, for walking right out here, for just trying to be righteous. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. Look, there ain't no kind of God. Let me see. Put it this way. God. I'm gonna put it this way. God, right? Ain't no punk in no way, shape, form, God is the ultimate gangster in a language you can understand. God ain't nothing to play with, but yet God is very forgiving, merciful, and compassionate. Where the Most High give us an opportunity to redeem ourselves. You know what I'm saying? To get connected to the salvation. You know what I'm saying? As a way out of the mess on this planet, which is a big test of us all. You know what I'm saying? Because the value and worth, you know what I'm saying, of our human experience, me and you as a human being, is more valuable, you know what I'm saying, or the cells of our body, or an atom of our genetic makeup is more valuable than all of the money for all eternity that the Federal Reserve notes, or the printing press of the Federal Reserve notes, you know what I'm saying, can print for all eternity, can't compare to one atom of our anatomy, or the constitution of our anatomy, connected to the spiritual reality of who we really are in the mind of the Most High and his creation, in addition to us being in the image and likeness of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Now, for instance, right? Okay, you got something. Okay, look. Let's go a little deeper when it comes to, like, me conveying alternative information to y'all regarding, like, the origins of where we come from. Now, we know we've been fed white lies and white history, but yet our ancestors that's connected with certain pure, untouched tribal information that has been preserved as records that haven't been adulterated in the hands of these mind manipulating, information distorting white historians or what have you, to where certain records preserved by our ancestors is kept intact to the point where we know where we come from regarding the Nubians of Sudan, Africa, the Nubians of Egypt, the Nuwapians of Egypt of the West, and Egypt of the East and Egypt of the West. Tying to information before the pre-Columbian era and things of this nature. Back during the time when the planet or the map showed the Pangea map, what they call it, before the continental drift, right? We lived, right? So as the planet started having earth changes to the point where the continental drift, where portions of the land masses start separating to where we see the maps are the way that they are today. But before the separation of the maps, our people still was on over the land masses. So even though they broke away, they were whatever land masses they was on, as a result of them breaking away, they still was on them land masses, and things transpired as far as how people lived on the land masses in them later days to where we find ourselves living today how we living, right? Where there are pieces of a puzzle, you know what I'm saying, to explain certain realities about the whole big picture. Like you can put the pieces of the land masses that's the way they are today back together like a puzzle to where it become whole again. Now, as a result of what done transpired, back to where we are at today, as far as the era of time that we living in today, regarding the earth's changes, there's still changes taking place within the societies on the planet, you know what I'm saying, that's rooted with certain personality traits. Now, these personality traits, right, that we see ourselves seeing contemporarily today, you know what I'm saying, still constitute a reflection of the war of good and evil that's going on. That's still going on since ancient times. You know what I'm saying? So, to avoid being around the foul people out here, you know what I'm saying, that's full of the negativity and hating, you know what I'm saying, who truly indeed may not want to see you succeed, you know what I'm saying, for us who are here, who is not about them kind of petty traits, but we decide to be of love, be a loving people instead of hate. We pride ourselves on the principles of love instead of hate, right? Like the good brother Noble Drew Ali, you know what I'm saying? Certain works he brought to the masses for us to take into consideration to save ourselves with. But it didn't stop there. If you paying attention, right? If you paying attention, Partner Bab Yanoon, right? Dr. Malachi York, Asai Isa Ahadi Ahmadi, came on the scene as a result of natural nature intervening on our behalf to bring us up to speed with a superior intellect on how to set the record straight to get ourselves corrected as a result of the Willie Lynch chip conditioning of our people being out of their minds. In addition to the negative slave mentality epidemic, you know what I'm saying, that has transpired amongst our people in Africa, the Caribbean islands, or what have you, and the diaspora, or here in America, where colonialism have touched everybody. You know what I'm saying? Where colonialism by colonizers has rearranged pretty much affected a plurality of cultures on the planet. You know what I'm saying? To where certain disturbances and disruptions has taken place when people's cultures, you know, that got Christianized or Catholic Christianized. You know what I'm saying? To where you have, you know, opposition against certain cultural practices where, you know, we was tied to certain spiritual practices that was looked upon as if voodoo was evil, when in fact the voodoo was actually a spiritual practice dealing with certain spiritualism, like the Orishas or Santeria in Cuba, or the Orishas in Ghana, Africa, any all over the globe. The Yoruba tribes in Africa. You know what I'm saying? The people of that genome sequence, right? We tied to certain spiritualisms, you know what I'm saying, that's connected with the mystery systems in ancient Egypt, or Tamaray of the West through our true spiritual science, Nuwapu. You know what I'm saying? As far as our spiritual orientations, you know what I'm saying, that for some reason is fear people scared of. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, we ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as trying to rearrange my mentality out of a certain idea that you don't understand, to the point where they say, man, fear or scared of what he don't, or he or she don't understand. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, wait a minute, for the men, women, and children, you know what I'm saying, who have a certain thought orientation from their parents teaching the children a certain science, to where they won't depart from that science to keep the culture alive. Like when they say, the devil love getting to the children. You know what I'm saying? Because indoctrinating the children's mind with by Satan wanting to indoctrinate the children's mind, or inoculate their mind with certain programming that will inculcate in their mind, right? They won't depart from that. But yet the homeschooling of the parents, right, counters that. Or if the parents came up with that same programming, right, of a certain outside force outside their culture, they reinforce the teachings of that child that's of that matrix system. You know what I'm saying? To be more empowered to help maintain and sustain that matrix system that they conditioned to serve and work for in the future. Right? But yet God the best of planners, right? So when the Most High say, warning come before destruction, told you, the Most High is brilliant. All that is going on the planet, right? But yet, God has a plan. Who is the best of planners? For real, though. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Look, what fools these mortals be. Like the master teacher said, what fools these mortals be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We love the Most High with all our hearts. We on the right-hand side of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So, for you people out here playing these silly games with your own self, you know what I'm saying? It's like these haters and these jealous people and these envy people of a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, that don't deserve that kind of treatment, right? It's like rodents that end up eating rat poison. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, the rat poison that they eat, right, is going to unalive them. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they be digging their own early graves. You know what I'm saying? By messing with God's people or God's chosen people, or messing with us, the Most High's chosen people out here who is light workers representing this life in a way to where we letting the righteous teachings serve us as an example, you know what I'm saying, to live with, you know what I'm saying, and through doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? It was this certain words of remembrance that he wanted us to remember, like, in this old wicked world. You know what I'm saying? For us that want to do good, we'll be tested. You know what I'm saying? To really see if it's really good that we want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, if the world is in the hands of the wicked, right? And it is. But for how long? You know what I'm saying? Because this statement shows there's work to be done by the God seed, right? This is a time for good people to come together and do good things in the earth. Because may the kingdom of heaven, right, be established on earth as it is in heaven. Which takes me here when the master teachers say, when you translate the word heaven, it leads to the star constellation of Orion. Now remember, in our Father's house are many mansions. Now we know our Kemetic ancestors, right, revealed to us the star maps full of different constellations. You got the solar biology, you got the lunar astrology, right? Dealing with the cosmos, to where Our brains is a reflection. Our minds is a reflection, or our souls are a reflection of the cosmos, right? Let me see. Let me see something. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, right? Representing the light, baby. Now, regarding the cosmos, right? Right knowledge is actual facts. You know, we really have been reacquainted with our great, brilliant teachings of our true knowledge of ourselves. Now, for the sake of, like in our Father's house are many mansions. I'm finna go somewhere with this, right? This reading material connected with our true culture give us the proper perspective on things, right? Through all, right? Wait a minute. Through all of you. Okay, now let me see. Through all of you have heard or read. Maybe we have, maybe we haven't, but for the sake of learning something new today, you know what I'm saying? This is what I have to say about this, right? Staying on topic though. That's relevant to what what I'm speaking on. Okay, through all of you, right? Through all, you have heard or read on astronomy. How many have even how many have ever taken a moment to ask themselves the question, is there an accurate map of the sky? And for the few who did, you were probably given lie upon lie about this position, about the positions, true names of the stars and constellations, right? At this point, we ask that you take a moment to relax, sit down and take a deep breath, right? Because questions are about to answer. Questions are about to be answered that have gone unanswered for quite some time, right? We are about to give you the true name and teachings of the zodiac, which many eyes have not seen and even more ears have not heard. So like when people, we talk about heaven and stuff, right? Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. Yet it's a better place than this, or it's some kind of grand development going on that shows that we are in an evolutionary process that's going to lead to greater realities about this life, right? Since time immemorable, millions upon millions have looked to the sky. Some are inspirations or enjoyment. Some for inspirations or enjoyment. Some in an attempt to name constellations. Others used it as a means to determine character types. Like we talking about the character types of, good quality people, you know what I'm saying? And these haters that's full of envy and jealousy, you know what I'm saying? And negative energy people, you know what I'm saying? That basically consider them to basically be low lives. Since time immemorable, millions upon millions have looked to the sky, some for inspiration or enjoyment, some in an attempt to name constellations. Others use it as a means to determine character types based on breeding cycles. And lastly, some use it as a means of gaining control of the minds of the unlearned. Now, Think about how many unlearned-minded people out here who get games played on them. But check this out, right? You got people who pride themselves, you know what I'm saying, on utilizing information that they found out from the 48 laws of power. You know what I'm saying? So, and having knowledge of the 48 laws of power, you can see certain manipulative games people play where you can tell they trying to work some 48 laws of power. You know what I'm saying? Information on you. But remember, one of the laws was talking about play a fool to catch a fool, to show the fool that you're not a fool, right? So why certain people in our life and in our circle, right, be thinking that they pulling something over on us or you, but yet they setting themselves up for a fall for us to end up not fucking with them no more because we see that they are imposters, wolves in sheep's clothing, you know what I'm saying, to try to negatively affect me in a way to cause me to take a fall or to take something away from me of value if they have the opportunity to do it, which would create or give birth to a situation that will ill affect me or ill affect you, which we can't allow to have any kind of, we can't allow for that to gain any kind of ground for something like that to even happen in our circle. That's why having a good security system in place prepares you, you know what I'm saying, against them possibilities, which won't be possible because we prepare to protect ourselves, you know what I'm saying, against them elements of the world that we know exist, you know what I'm saying, but yet stay separated from where in the future we're protected against those kind of activities. You know what I'm saying? So check this out, right? Okay, now it's this term Neolithic, right? Okay. It's this term Neolithic, right? Okay, it's this term Neolithic, where it got a picture in talking about the sphere of the constellation as viewed from Earth. Now, I don't know if y'all can see this, but on here, you got that picture illustration, a view of the constellations from the Earth. Okay, now, where did that picture come from? Who took it? Who wrote the names of the names in the constellations? Right? Which take us to the reality of the star beings that predate even Pangea I was talking about earlier. Right? Who helped seeded this planet with life. Right? Okay. Which takes me somewhere else. Hold on 1 minute. All right, I'm back. Now, to connect the dots, right? This say, before time, as you know it was law, beings existed in and out of this dimension. Worlds existed. Planets were inhabited by intelligent beings who all live in their own time zones based on their locations in the vast boundless universes. Each place is in itself a place or origin of time, as in the word, then which became past and present simultaneously, right? These were agreeable and disagreeable, or good and evil, positive and negative beings, right? This was a system that was very similar to that presently on Earth, called the chain of existence that existed. Whereas stars burnt out, planets died, and beings had to seek residence in other star systems. Oftentimes, we redevelop new survival tactics, eating habits, and even genetic alterations and manipulations to make it possible for us to exist in environments unsuited for our biological existence. We oftentimes had to alter environments, create climate and seasons, right? Oftentimes, the survival of one being meant the extinction of another. One of these such star systems housed Risk, a planet in the 19th galaxy, the eighth planet of a three-sun system, a tri-star solar system, which was inhabited by the Riskians, also called Neterat, right? Now, the star maps was obviously created by these beings, our ancestors or star people of ancient times, right? That we connected to this day. Now, and that's here amongst us, that's waking us up, you know what I'm saying, to where we are being activated through our third eyes, right, to be in sync with the real Akashic records and history of our great ancestral developments and creations. You know what I'm saying? That's a reflection of, or another right now testimony of how great we are, right? We as far as us remembering, to wake our memories up from the hypnotic sleep spells that we've been under for the past 6,000 years, right? So, by us waking back up now, you know what I'm saying, in this solar sun cycle, you know what I'm saying, we are to transcend the character defects that, like I was talking about, the hate and jealous, riddled, low life minded individuals who vibrate on them low demonic frequencies that are of the evil one's tribe, so to speak, who is captivated in mind by the negative slave mentalities as slaves to the sin and suffering that give birth to certain death cycles. You know what I'm saying? That they trap their own selves in by entrapping themselves into them low vibratory frequencies that has an escape route if they choose to want to get out of that sick mentality and condition. You know what I'm saying? Because no human deserved to live that way. You know what I'm saying? We about, you know what I'm saying, the beauty of life. You know what I'm saying? The healthiness in life. You know what I'm saying? The good mental health. You know what I'm saying? The good emotional feelings of happiness. The good emotional feelings of joy. You know what I'm saying? They say hurt people like to hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Because they been hurt so long, they know it's hurt. You know what I'm saying? But they disguise it like they not hurt, but they really a hurt individual who live in a life of pain. You know what I'm saying? by the God that caused it, which is the God of sarcasm and pain. So they really sarcastic, you know what I'm saying, masking a pain, acting as though they happy, but they suffering in silence, where they trick themselves in that mentality to really they not doing nothing about it, suffering in silence, when they can actually get out of that suffering in silence by being honest with themselves and confess, you know what I'm saying, the reality of having a mind being transformed through embracing the remedies of positive internal changes through right knowledge of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And have them fruits of the Spirit that the scriptures was talking about that breed happiness and things of this particular nature through our focused attention, being on them things. You know what I'm saying? Which should be getting positive likes on the social media. This should be going viral on social media. But the game is rigged. You know what I'm saying? It's rigged up. You know what I'm saying? And due to me articulating this knowledge itself, right? You know what I'm saying? It was statement said that it affects, you know what I'm saying? It creates a glitch in the matrix, you know what I'm saying? Which show that I'm as real as it get, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to me being a real person, you know what I'm saying? A Nubian winner, you know what I'm saying? A God seed, you know what I'm saying? That stand for what's right. So this is kind of an indication to expose certain forces and people that's standing for what's wrong. That's why. Okay, choose this day who you gonna serve. I serve the Most High to do righteous deeds in life. So you mean to tell me you got people who have chosen this day to serve the enemy of righteousness? You know what I'm saying? Which is known as by many, they go by many names: Azazel, Beelzebub, Samael, Satan, Lucifer, the devil. You know what I'm saying? Even in some cases, the dragons, the serpent seeds, unclean spirits of negativity. You know what I'm saying? That's the God they serve. Well, to each his own. Me and my house, though, we shall worship the Most High. Let's continue to read, right? Okay. Let's continue to read, right? With that said, right? Okay, let's continue to read. Let's continue to read, right? Oftentimes, the survival of one being, wait a minute, let me see, hold on. Let me get back to where I was at. Okay. Get these terminologies, you know, properly stated. Now, oftentimes, the survival of one being meant the extinction of another. One of these such star system house risk, the tri-star solar system. The most common being Atum, and Amun, referred to as Ra or Rays. The Sumerians called them Utu, Utu, Afsu, and Shamash. When this planet was visited by disagreeables, right? Now, we heard the story about the fallen angels, right? Disagreeable beings from a dying star, right? They were welcomed into this great empire. Now, if evil beings, you know what I'm saying, came to this planet, right? But the perspective of this saying they was welcomed here. Welcome. So if somebody welcomed them here when they fell, or the fallen angels fell here, or these beings came here that was disagreeable and evil or negative, right? Malevolent beings. Now when they came here and it was people already here that welcomed them, right? Who was the beings that welcomed them here that was already here? Who were they, right? Which they said was an empire. So what empires existed on the planet Earth that was an empire that was in power before the fallen angels or these beings came to this planet, right? Those that welcomed them were called Neterat. The Sumerians called them Anutu. So in the Sumerian culture that predate the pre-Columbian era, they, who was over here or on the planet. Matter of fact, no, that's a different time zone. Okay, those that welcomed them were called Neterat and the Sumerians. Okay, now the Sumerians and the Egyptian, or our ancestors that had kingdoms and empires, right? In Africa, right? In Africa, they was the ones, our ancestors, who came in contact with these beings, right? Which is interesting. So how can people think that these extraterrestrial beings don't exist? Because they have small, raisin-sized brains. You know what I'm saying? Where they are cutting themselves off from logic and reasoning to the advantage of beings that want to keep their minds erased. Because mind you, there is a such thing as us waking up as a people from a spell of sleep, a spell of amnesia, a spell of ignorance. And certain religious institutions train our people to not be rooted in the facts, to ignore facts of history outside of the Bible, the Holy Quran, or the Torah. Stay stuck in them books. Don't take your mind nowhere else up out of the narratives of those books. So by your mind being trapped into the worlds of them books, that's all you're going to be able to see. When yet those books are plagiarized information from spiritual teachings and books documented by our ancestors that predate all of them cultures. So in knowing that helps break the spell off our mind to see beyond what the centralized institutions of the monotheistic religions, right? Who in all actuality operate like they are a slave watcher, you know what I'm saying, over a herd of people, you know what I'm saying, who they consider themselves the leaders of, by keeping that herd of people led astray through those falsified teachings that breed a falsification of people's consciousness. See, the mind has to be untangled to where you can reason things out the right way through proper information that can help you untangle those spells of lies and have it replaced by straightening your mind out with spell breaking information that's rooted in reality and in truth, confirmation, evidence, the facts, right? Now this goes on to read, right? The Council of Nine Enes of the pre-dynastic periods before man was called man. These deities met with open arms and they passed our decisions on to the 24 elders of risk and passed it on to the 144 governors of the 18th and 19th galaxies, 72 governors of the disagreeable 18th galaxy, and 72 governors of the agreeable 19th galaxy. Thus, it was agreed to share one of the three continents of the planet risk with these beings in distress. Risk is three continents are called Zarantu, Damaria, and Cosmusta. These disagreeable beings were only allowed to live on a continent called Damaria. In time, these disagreeables had decided that they wished to rule the whole planet and even the whole galaxy under one such being called Tarnush, another name of the devil. Tarnush, a disagreeable being who ruled a variety of stars, right? Such as Draco, star constellation, Aldebaran, star constellation, Betelgeuse, star constellation, right? Pleiades, star constellation, Andromeda, star constellation, and others. So when the architecture of certain temples in Egypt had the, what they call it, the Dendera, right? It's a star map. So when the master teacher brought us the holy tablets, right? He made statements in there talking about this is information not yet comprehended by the human beast, or when the Bible's talking about the beast man of the planet Earth disguised as a human being who is me and your friend, but yet is not our friend because they in disguise as someone identifying to be a man whose number is 303 score 666, having the mark of the beast. So we have human beings on this earth that is of the characteristics of a beast. Then we have to take into consideration, wait a minute, what is the real codes that need to be decoded about the Bible that preachers, imams, rabbis, sheikhs, or certain so-called learned men or scholars is not teaching us about the reality of who's who on the planet Earth when it comes to the description of men and women and tribes and nations of people when it comes to the Bible. But yet, we know that people existed before Adam and Eve. So the knowledge that was available before Adam and Eve on the planet, that thing outside the box, when the master teacher brought the holy tablets and was like, this is information that white people or the white theologians, anthropologists, paleontologists, scientists, and what have you, haven't comprehended yet. So they'll be catching up with us, you know what I'm saying, who have this certain right knowledge, to where when they start talking about information that's pretty much based on the terminologies of Nuwapu, we will see that they are feeding from this information to answer their questions about certain mysteries of life and the missing links of life that they scientists hasn't figured out yet about where they came from. So by the master teacher going into the extraterrestrial doctrines to let us know about how we all is connected with certain extraterrestrials, it explains, like when I was talking about in certain temples in Kemet, how what they call the Dendera, which is a star map of star constellations and things of this nature, come from these beings here who know about the it's like say for instance like a map, right, that have information on it, how to travel certain roads to get to certain destinations. They done mapped out the stars with certain star routes going from certain constellations and planets to constellations. You know, because they interact in the galaxies out there based on certain cosmic laws and what have you. So when we talk about the what they call the Intergalactic Confederation of Light, or these political panels or political circles in governments of the planet, you know what I'm saying, they supposed to know about these higher intelligences, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the reality of the UFOs and the people beneath the in subterranean worlds, in the earth and in the ocean waters, and yet in the galaxies, right? But the cover-ups is for the purpose of maintaining control of how society is ran as we know it. But yet, due to this being a solar sun cycle, earth changes is taking place to where a lot of things is happening to where these changes is inevitable. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the in terms of the people being realigned to a whole nother orientation of how we are to carry ourselves as human beings of high vibrations on the planet. Right? So with that said though, right? These beings, how much time I got? Okay, I got enough time. Okay, these beings, right? In time, these disagreeables have decided that they wish to rule the whole planet and even the whole galaxy under one such name called Tarnush, who ruled a variety of star systems such as the constellations that I had just read off, right? Right? All on this side of the Milky Way. Recent discoveries have found the 1919 galaxy through other star systems where scientists and astronomers have discovered 4 new solar systems. Why don't we know about these discoveries or you know, these discoveries, right? It depends on what people are looking for and what they communicate to us through the media. But yet things they don't communicate to us in the media It's still a result of what's called information control, to control what they put out and control what we hear and don't hear, right? Now, um, these star systems, wait a minute, these star systems from form halt, where a star is covered by matter, right? For the sake of the conversation, better pick Taurus, right? Hold on. All right, I'm back, y'all. This other star constellation, right? Better pick Taurus, which shows a star governed by dust, and blob below it covered by dust. HR 4796A, a cloud of dust. Sun surrounds, which is an infant star system. And Vega, where you see a star and a concentrated spot, then layered on clouds. Now, these terminologies is getting to something. Okay, now, they had also discovered two suns, and they will soon discover what they call the most powerful star as of yet, and named it the Pistol Star because of its shape. The star was discovered using the Hubble telescope, which is powerful enough to see eruptions. The magnitude of a star is 9 million times brighter than the sun. As the agreeable beings from the 19th galaxy get nearer to the disagreeable beings from the 18th galaxy, and the time runs out, and the star wars in the form of quasars, meteorite showers, climatic alterations, floods, landslides, tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, volcanic eruptions, and various and viruses ongoing. The disagreeables are in dire confusion. Now think about the Star Wars that they was talking about, right? It's like Star Wars traits happening on our planet, such as the climatic alterations, the floods, the landslides, the tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, volcanic eruptions, fire spreading, viruses, pandemics that certain people consider as plandemics and scamdemics. Also, the disagreeables are in dire confusion. That's what we was talking about. Now we know the Most High is not the author of confusion. So all of this confusion out here is like music to the ears of the evil one. So we stay away from that mess. You know what I'm saying? We about divine order. You know what I'm saying? And harmony. Positive harmonics. Positive emotions. Where we are emotionally intelligent. With good vibes. Good feelings. That we control ourselves. That's healthy for our inner spirits and inner beings. That we are responsible for taking care of. Feel me? Yo, so it's about spreading love. You know what I'm saying? We're about the love frequency. You know what I'm saying over here? Now, this is a repeat to what took place on Risk. And then this disagreeable being Apophis, Tarnush, also known as Beelzebub, Humbaba, Zoom, Zuen, the dragon, Satan, etc., wish to rule Ilion. Or say, for instance, right, when the Bible was talking about the prince of the air. The prince of the air want to keep humanity in hell. See, words have spells. Now, mind you, the prince of the air want to entangle man's mind so deep into the hells of his system or they system or even the female devil system. You know what I'm saying? The males and females of the devil's seed, right? Now, words have spells. Now, watch this. You heard this coming from me. You know what I'm saying? John, the Nubian winter, right? Words indeed have spells that certain witches and warlocks, mind manipulators, or sorcerers, because there's a such thing as positive sorcerers and negative sorcerers. Certain sorcerers, right? Or these spell casting people or persons, right? Or spirit forces, right? Utilize the language in such a way where they want you trapped in hell because in this battle of good and evil going on, certain forces want to soul harvest humanity and get as many souls as they can through the what's called the web of the devil, right? That is a web weave that has certain things about it that attract the lower self of man and woman. So when they get attracted to those things, they get caught up in the web, weave by a certain language spell to trap them in hell through the prince of the air. So when you breathe in air, right? When you breathe in air and you let air back out your body, when you breathe in air, you hear the word inhale. And then when you breathe out the air, you hear the word exhale. So living in a world where people are in hell, in the environment where they say the world has been given into the hands of the wicked, which is a world of hell. They even cast a spell in the words to where they want you to be in hell while you live or while you living, to be in a living hell that you give power to where that hell is generated from the language of spells through the word inhale. So when we take in oxygen, the word, another word for oxygen, when we take in air, is called you inhale. So when you inhale, that is a source to inhale air to keep you alive. Inhale. That exhale represent the outer reality of you, which has been a prison that's invisible, that the evil mind manipulators of the satanic rule have created as a matrix that's full of all kind of what they call invisible barriers that cause separation between humanity, man, woman, and child. In terms of, like, for instance, we have the United States of America. We have Africa. right? When each state of the United States of America, it has borders within the land. In Africa, it has borders within the land. But yet, those borders are artificial creations by man. When the land is just the land. You know what I'm saying? That we all is want, that we all is on. But yet the invisible barriers really is a part of the spell that causes us to be divided. Where the meaning of the word Africa means to divide. The meaning of the United States of America is united. So when we look at the white racist power structure of the United States of America that has a history connected with the Ku Klux Klan and their racial hatred teachings for people, for the other darker peoples of the earth and society, right, is in disguise in other forms, yet the mentality of a power structure still exists to this day, which appear to be dwindling as a result of the earth changes. But yet, in Africa, there's a lot of division amongst the people. So as a result of the colonialism that created this division amongst blacks and copper colored people or the indigenous people of the lands of the earth, right? They find themselves going through the same thing as far as like rising back to power as a result of being affected by the Papa Bulls of the Roman Catholic Church and the colonial powers as well. So, with that said, right? Okay, that takes me somewhere else. Now you have black people who is in a state of mind to where they sell their own people out. You know what I'm saying? Compare our race to the Chinese or the Europeans and compare to us. The Negroid people, the Caucasoid people, or the Mongoloid people. The considered three racial stocks pretty much, right? Okay. Who is in the Mongoloid nation of peoples and tribes who sell their people out for us? Or who in the Mongoloid tribes sell their people out for white people? Like, who in the Negroid black people's tribes sell their own people out for white people? More so than white people selling their people out for black people. The conditioning of that slave mentality shows that something is still wrong with a lot of black people who was in that state of mind as a result of the international crimes and criminal acts against the cultural norms of our people. You know what I'm saying? So the deep-seated hatred where it appears like certain amount of our people is too far gone, where they suffer from self-hatred that caused them to live in an image other than themselves. The master teacher spoke on the subject about, are there black devils, right? And he wrote a book on it. You know how the master teacher do it. He don't just speak on certain things. He write a whole book about it, right? So one of the particular scrolls and books he wrote called Are There Black Devils? And he spoke on like, we see you too, black devils. You know what I'm saying? See, when the scriptures was like Satan, the evil one, being the father of lies, right? And people who was of their father, the devil, and the lust of their father, they shall do. You know what I'm saying? We notice them traits in people, whatever color they may be. You know what I'm saying? Because of the characteristics that they showing that constitute that. Oh, okay. So you is on some BS. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even worth me, you know, I'm gonna identify for what it is, but you ain't gonna get no energy, you know what I'm saying, further than that as far as me being the type of quality individual to know that I'm better than that. Get that small time junk up out of here. You know what I'm saying? It has no energy over here. It gets none of my good energy. Period. You know what I'm saying? So for the sake of the master teacher writing the book to put on blast, are there black devils? Because we know the Honorable Elijah Muhammad went in about the nature that white people was created in. Yet, they are a manifestation of our Lord selves, where the messenger gave credit to the white man. Yes, you created a beautiful world here. But look at the evils that took place in it, especially toward darker peoples of the earth. But still, we not off the hook. We got to clean ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? As a result of knowing the reality, you know what I'm saying, that they are the manifestation of our lower selves, yet we got control over ourselves through our higher selves. You know what I'm saying? So socially, being socially conscious and aware with social intelligence, by having knowledge of the real history of who's who on the planet and how man got here, dealing with the bigger pictures, like I was talking about, the other galaxy beings, you know what I'm saying, who have something to do with the state in which the earth is in right now, because we dealing with some things, right, to where this point here regarding certain results, right? Like this saying, this resulted in the destruction of the shield and protection, as far as like the previous planets that I was talking about, certain beings was on who was experiencing a depleted ozone layer, which he was talking about similar occurrences is happening here on our planet, where we got to worry about certain things to reverse the entropy effect of the planet due to our depleting ozone layer, right? To where, like what the disagreeable amongst our race of humans who are destroying our ozone layer are doing today. The first ones to be warned by the guardian beings called Etherians about the dangers were the 9 Enneads, and they in turn warned the 24 natural root supreme beings, right? Who warned the 144 Aferdi pharaohs, crafts were prepared for these elders to depart this planet for another planet in the same galaxy, Ilion. They headed for one. They headed for one of the 18 other planets in the 19th galaxy, Ilion. The planet was Satet, right? That would share the 18th and 19th galaxies And the link between the two, you call it Sirius star constellation, and whom the Greeks called Sothis, having two moons, and its sister system Mirzam. We went there in order to prepare a plan and solution of the problems on our home planet before its total destruction, which would have resulted in a star holocaust and a total destruction of the 18th and 19th galaxy, the Milky Way, where you presently reside. Now, where we presently reside, right, is certain insights that go in detail about, but regarding solutions that we are to have on our planet, right, to avoid the negative destructions that is transpiring on our planet, that is rising up inside the spirit of people to get out of the hell traps for us to create heaven on earth as it is in heaven, but yet breaking the spells by the prince of the air, right? Who want us to breathe in a certain frequency through breathing in air, right? Well, we use the term inhale. So when we breathe in, while we're alive, subconsciously, we inhale, which keeps us alive, where we are alive, inhale, in a social construct that has been created by a conspiracy of Luciferians and things of this particular nature. You know what I'm saying? Well, we are to exhale or let go of that particular kind of civilization and separate ourselves from the unclean things of the world using that kind of psychology to keep ourselves spiritually clean in an environment that has been weaved by the devil to trap us in a certain psychology through the narrative of certain spell language that has been used on us in the form of English, as well as other translated languages that is in alignment with the English language that cause the foreign languages, you know what I'm saying, with the English interpretations to still be in conformity with the same effects of the English language. So to free our minds from the spells, you know what I'm saying, it gives clarity to where we is in tune with the higher frequencies of natural nature and proper standing and character of our true selves, where we have room to properly grow and tap into our potential. You know what I'm saying? That we can see regarding our potential, that we can see and protect. You know what I'm saying? Well, we are of our creator's work, the real most high, not the false gods. You know what I'm saying? To feed off our energies and sift us as wheat. You know what I'm saying? And regarding this topic, I feel like I can go on and on and on about these realities, about staying away from these haters because they just a waste of time. But by them identifying themselves as the haters, though, it is what it is. I am not of that particular cloth. I'm cut from a certain cloth, right? That's a beautiful, that is of a beautiful tapestry. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, regarding the black devils, right? We see you too, black devils. You know what I'm saying? When they want us to worry about, the white man, you know what I'm saying? You know, we know the realities, you know what I'm saying, of the technology, you know what I'm saying, of what white people have done to us as a people. Yes, that don't last forever. Now we're in the era of time where it's about good people coming together, period. You know what I'm saying? This is about what's right and what's wrong. But yet, we have, in realities, black devils amongst us as well. Like when the master teacher go into detail about that, right? We finna get into it. We finna get into it because these, you know what I'm saying, it's some real suckers out here, you know what I'm saying, who try to negatively affect us when we don't even deserve that kind of treatment. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Partner Bab Yanoon. Free Dr. Malachi York. Check this out, right? This book is being rewritten because we are now past the year 2000. And the devil is on a rampage. The seeds of the serpent are killing one another. And the reason I felt it's so important to write this book is because of my own experience with human black devils. The reason why the Bible in Genesis 3:1 refers to the serpent as the most subtle, and the word being used there for subtle in Hebrew is arun. It means sneaky, shrewd, sly, prudent, and crafty. I realized that the only way the serpent or Lucifer and his children can work is on this opposite side of the works of God. Now, that's what these beings are doing. They working on the opposite side of the Most High's divine plan for us to live in righteousness, right? Now, Genesis chapter 3, you see the God of the scriptures use these cherubims in Genesis 3:2-4 to block humankind or Adam and Eve seed from getting back into the garden of delight and pleasure. Again, in the ancient tablets, the serpent or reptilians, right? Person, sometimes called Satan, the dragon, and the devil, Revelation chapter 12, takes on the disguise of other creatures to deceive the angels of God. One of the tactics of a shrewd devil is to work their way up through the ranks. Like it says in Isaiah 14:13, and I quote, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Right? And in Nahum 3:16, it says, Thou hast multiplied thy merchants above the stars of heaven. Their focus is on wealth, money, and power. The scriptures speak of this in Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Luke 9:25. For what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away? And in Mark 8:3-6, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his, you already know, and lose his or her soul? That's a crazy place to not be able to come back from when you just sell yourself out, you know what I'm saying, for these illusions of the world and lose your own soul by forgetting the remembrance of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Goodness for you. You know what I'm saying? They know that in any organization or establishment or even a family, they must get control of the finances. Now, now look. Now look what's going on. This is exactly how they work too. Look at this, man. The economic rigged up system of the economic system. You know what I'm saying? They know that in an organized, they know that in any organization or establishment or even a family, they must get control of the finances. And from that position, they can work their iniquities. Look how people attitudes is with the money that they get out here. You know what I'm saying? Look what people do for the money. Look what they glorify with the money. Look where the money source is coming from. You know what I'm saying? And how corrupt people is. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like dealing with money. You know what I'm saying? Certain personality traits that people got out here. Look at who gets certain exposure with all this money and how their position is when it comes to the right knowledge perspective of having respect for the Creator, the Most High, and teaching it through teaching the Word of the Most High with certain terminologies to know that they not imposters, you know what I'm saying, but they real and they approach with communicate with people with an edifying word to help build a person up where they can see clearly without being deceived by the listener. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, right? We hearing all these rumors about possible World War III. You know what I'm saying? And we just noticed we had lived through that other people didn't live through the COVID-19 pandemic situation. The media censorship. Right now, you know what I'm saying, out here we seeing inflation with the food prices. In addition to that, you know what I'm saying, we seeing food shortages, economic collapse, abortions, mass miscegenation, race mixing. You know what I'm saying? Do people really love you out here from different races? Do they really love you? You know what I'm saying? If they do, they sure have a funny way of showing it in this so-called multicultural society we living in, right? You know what I'm saying? We represent love, us as people of the Most High, that's in our right, man. But are we really, you know what I'm saying, in love with each other? You know what I'm saying? We should be. But notice how people who have their own free will, individual impulse to act how they want to act when it comes to loving who they want to love. People hate on you loving who you want to love. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have it. See, this world has been shaped, like you was talking about the iniquities of this world. It's riddled with hate. You know what I'm saying? And people do be feeling some type of way when they don't have what you have when you doing good. When everybody have an opportunity to experience good fortune. But we know the society is rigged up to a degree too, but we still got to know how to have good character when dealing with our fellow man. You know what I'm saying? So this goes on to acknowledge about crazy stuff like the normalization of pedophilia, which is a no-no. You know what I'm saying? Pornography and sexualization of children in schools, feminism and lesbianism, homosexuality, these particular abominations against the scriptures and the Most High and ourselves. Man is supposed to be with woman, and woman is supposed to be with man. That's how we naturally design. I love women. You know what I'm saying? Then they got the turmoil, you know what I'm saying, over there with the wars overseas, with the genocidal issues. You know what I'm saying? Blowing stuff up over there. You know what I'm saying? So regarding the black devils though, they are a reality, but yet they only end up destroying themselves. You know what I'm saying? So regarding people losing their souls out here, right? But what is it for a man and woman to gain the world but end up losing their soul? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I ain't you. You know what I'm saying? Like in one of my rhymes, you know what I'm saying, that I had glorified my soul. I love my soul. I feel good with my soul healthy and intact. You know what I'm saying? Where I say I got so much soul, I would never sell my soul. My soul is beautiful. What a beautiful soul. It feel good. You know what I'm saying? To feel that positive, loving, vibratory, emotional rate of my soul. You know what I'm saying? I love my soul. My soul's so beautiful. What a beautiful soul, baby. So love your soul. Care for your soul. And regarding the soul, I'm keeping it real. I got this book, right? It even go into a book called the topic about the soul. Soul love. You know what I'm saying? Awakening your heart centers. You know what I'm saying? By this sister, Sanaya Roman. You know what I'm saying? Soul love. Learn to love and nourish your soul out here. Care about your soul because it's so valuable and it is of the essence of our creator. You know what I'm saying? This is serious. But yet, we gotta stay overprotective of ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And stick to our guns. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to representing the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth is the truth. And only fools duck when the truth is thrown at them. But a wise man like me, guess what, baby? I catch it. You know what I'm saying? And score a touchdown, the winning touchdown, baby. And hit the winning shot buzzer beater. You know what I'm saying? For real though, and hit that hole in one with the golf course. You know what I'm saying? For real, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Or hit the winning shot with the hockey puck, baby. You know what I'm saying? In the hockey. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Kick the winning goal with the soccer ball. You know what I'm saying? For real though, or hit the home run, baby. Hit the grand slam, you know what I'm saying? At the curveball that they try to throw at me. You know what I'm saying? All praise due to the Most High. The Most High is the best of planners, you know what I'm saying? But check this out though. Regarding knowledge itself, give me wisdom. Give me wisdom. There's nothing to be compared to. Hey, yo, they know that in every organization or establishment, right? Or even a family, they must get control of the finance. And wait a minute. Yeah, that's what they did that though. Yeah, get control of it because it's a rigged up that money. Something about we should have lots of money ourselves. And don't you hate it like when certain like certain, say for instance, going to certain church organizations, right? And you go in there and you hear the sermon and what have you. And for years, you know what I'm saying, you've been going through the same thing, you know what I'm saying, for certain reason, you don't connect with certain people. Certain doors of opportunity still don't happen for you. Here it is, you a chosen one beyond the frequency of the church, but yet you there for a reason to get resources for yourself in hopes that your life will change to where, okay, I find my wife there. You know what I'm saying? I land some kind of good work, or I start living a prosperous life, and it just don't go out, it don't fall that way. And you keep hearing messages talking about it ain't your season yet. When life is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out here and take action and go get yours without being, without no middleman, preachers, or what have you. Because we all, you know what I'm saying, is walking this walk in terms of our relationship with the creator. You know what I'm saying? That's why certain what they call centralized control in certain religious orders, to where mind control is people are under the influence of certain mind control in these institutions. And a lot of these places, I have seen the reality that as a result of the systems of slavery, those religious institutions is brainwash facilities that harness people energies to perpetuate a certain matrix that get the finances of the people. You know what I'm saying? Where people give away what they really need in an already rigged up economic system that don't play fair, which is a shame. Where we living on a planet where the scriptures tell us the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. You know what I'm saying? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. But the people of God is in lack, to where we appear to not live in lavishness like the rich and famous, when we should be. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right with this picture. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the devil deceiving the whole world through false images of the so-called Son of God, the Messiah, you know what I'm saying, who have come to clean up a nation of people who have lost the way, the lost sheep or lost seed. We fit the description of them lost people here in the wilderness of North America, right? We got to exercise our mind to be on the right track, and how to psychologically know how to deal with the reality of our social situation and spiritual situation, and cultural situation, as a result of these experiences of altering our minds, like a mind altering chemical. That's why certain forces want to attack your mind, to keep it altered, right? To lead you off the right track of how you supposed to properly have proper vision. Proper vision. You know what I'm saying? And this goes on to read, right? The master teacher went in with this scroll too. He he say, and I spoke on this earlier too. He say, let me just start from up here. They knew that in any organization or establishment, or even a family, right, they must get control of the finances, and from the position they can work their iniquities. The worst kind of devils are born in your bloodline, or the children of your best friends, right? You see in Genesis chapter 6, it speaks of Nephilims, or giants, being in the earth, and disagreeable beings coming down and marrying the daughters of men. right? Adam, Genesis 6, 1 through 4. And as a result, mix their evil blood or seed in with human beings, right? Genesis 6, 5 tells you what happened of the mixing. It states, and the God, Yahweh, right, saw that the wickedness of man, Adam's seed, was great in the earth. Here is the most important part where it continues to say, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Now, look at how the new year came in, right? With all of these crazy occurrences or series of events or like a chain of reaction of negativity just starts snowballing into the crazy stories we keep hearing today that's negatively on the news. You know what I'm saying? To where we gotta really look for the harmony. You know what I'm saying? Through the medium of communication, right? Through the mediums of communication, we gotta look at we gotta, like fish out for our own harmony frequency to connect with. That's connected with edifying stories and good topics of conversation. You know what I'm saying? So, for our own information control perspective, right? To that leave our spirit in a soothing state, not an agitated state, like a lot of the negativity stories. You know what I'm saying? That don't sit well with us. You know what I'm saying? That affect us. You know what I'm saying? That really is stuff on a low vibratory frequency, right? Now, regarding it may be hard for you to believe that you can give birth to a child who has received the craftiness of the devil. However, Genesis 3:15 clearly states, and I will put enmity, and the Hebrew word for enmity is hatred. Enmity also means deep seated, deep rooted, like real deep down in a person, right? Is hatred. You know what I'm saying? Deep seated hatred. But listen to what it says. Between thee, meaning the serpent devil, and the woman, meaning Eve, right? However, here is the most important part of it. And between thy seed. The Hebrew word for seed is zarah, meaning child, carnally, offspring, and fruitful. So the devil is going to have children, and his children are going to hate Eve's children. For the quote continues to say, and her seed, meaning Eve's seed. The devil is so crafty and shrewd that his tactic was to move in, marry in, right? Marry in and marry and mix in and marry their blood, marry in and mix their blood into your blood so that you will be loving the devil. First, as your wife or husband, then as your son, and then as your sons and daughters, and your best friends, and their families. Is all works of evil. If you are a man of power or a woman of power, then the devil clings up close to you, because that is exactly what the word cherub means. It's from the Hebrew word karub, to be near or to be close to, as Azazel, the fallen angel, as Azazel, the fallen angel, was close to God in heaven, and Eve in Job 1:7 and Job 2:2, right? Where it states, and the Lord said unto Satan, which cometh thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. You see where he converses with God, even in the case of the Lord Jesus Christ, the real black Yahshua, right? The real black Yahshua. You see where he conversed with God, even in the case of the Lord Yahshua Christ. A devil, Judas, drew close to him, according to John 6:7 through 6:70 through 71, and I quote, Jesus answered them, have not I chosen you 12, and one of you are a devil? He spoke Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon, for he it was that should betray him. When one of the 12, being one of the 12, should betray him. I have discovered in my own life that when I vowed to devote my life to God, who at the time I called Allah, right? Because the master teachers, took us through a lot of schools of thought, right? All praise due to the Most High, though. Okay, now, I have discovered in my own life that when I have when I have vowed to devote my life to God, who at the time I called Allah, being born a Muslim before being saved and finding the Lord Jesus, or Yahshua, his real name, right? The Christ, right? The Christ, right? And making him my personal savior, right? I was called of God to raise 144,000 gowned in white robes before the year 2000 and beyond, which would be the year 6000 AD. In Bible history and the climax of the devil's rule, right? Like when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Pana Bab Yanun mentioned to us about the 6,000-year rule of the evil one, right? Their time is up, which is why the opening of the seventh seal, which is fluent truth, is here to help us be in a winning position. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually in a winning position with the third eye activation vision to be in tune with the real prophecies connected to this alignment time that we in, to reflect the higher self of ourselves through our true spiritual sciences that help us unlock certain information in our DNA that's connected with the Akashic records of the universe, that's rightly guided through the proper metaphysics, which is the branch of certain philosophy while we living, right? The branch of certain philosophy that systematically investigate the nature of first principles and problems of ultimate reality, which is God's psychology. That's why I say the Most High is the best of planners. So by us taking into consideration the divine wisdom of the Most High, that automatically gives us a fighting chance to be in a winning position against the technology of the devil and the unorthodox, or excuse me, the mind control orthodoxy of certain institutions that supposed to be um, spiritual, a spiritual friend, when in all actuality they are spiritual enemies. You know what I'm saying? Who, in the end, you know what I'm saying, is just a deceiver of that devil seed, of that bloodline we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So this resume to read, right? Now, regarding the year 2000 of the devil's rule being up, that we living in now, you know what I'm saying? This era of time. In the Bible history and the climax of the devil's rule, I had solely given myself to the cause from the year 1967, and I firmly believe that the year 1970 opened the seventh seal and lifted me and left me with 30 years to get this job done, right? Those that really know me know that I labored day and night. I traveled the world, mastered the languages, did in-depth study of all the scriptures and world religions, and I was on my way to raise the children of God. However, just as Eve said in Genesis 3:13, where the devil beguiled her, the devil beguiled me. That's why we gotta protect ourselves so we don't get deceived and tricked, because the very elect of the Most High can be deceived, you know what I'm saying, in certain ways, to where we gotta make sure that we have the knowledgeable protection of the word to keep us on the right track, right? The Hebrew word there for deceive is nasha, and it means deceived or tricked. So look at all the games being played on people's minds out here to be tricked into the lifestyles that they living for the spell of a man, the dollar bill, right? To where people out of character doing certain things, living certain lifestyles, to where it's superficial and fake. Well, these people fake as hell out here. You know what I'm saying? Doing all kind of showing all kind of pompous behavior. All kind of pretentious, fake ass behavior, fake people. You know what I'm saying? Just fake as hell. So many, like just following after, you know what I'm saying, these fake personalities like they doing something. You know what I'm saying? But living in vain. Do you hear me? Living in vain. Trying to be seen in the eyesight of man instead of the eyesight of the Most High and the luminaries of the spirit world. What fools these mortals be, boy. That's why when it was like 144,000 and compared to the number of people on the planet, that is a small percentage. When it's like the majority of the people's minds is preoccupied with the technology of the devil. You know what I'm saying? But not the elect of God. You know what I'm saying? To protect ourselves from being deceived, because we human, we are the flesh too. You know what I'm saying? I got certain things that I love. You know what I'm saying? To indulge in. But I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because of, I guess I'm working on myself too. You know what I'm saying? But I know for damn sure I stand for what's right. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things regarding my appetites for certain things, especially when it comes to women. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep myself girded up, you know what I'm saying, with strength. You know what I'm saying? To not give in to them fleshly desires. You know what I'm saying? And open myself up to something that I shouldn't open myself up to. You know what I'm saying? Like messing with Ouija boards or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna open up certain portals for them spirits to come through that can never be reversed because the experience was created for them to be opened up to me when I shouldn't have opened them. You know what I'm saying? So certain things, you know what I'm saying, I don't even indulge in to even open myself up to or for it to get exposed to me. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to be careful what we expose ourselves to out here. You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, this continue to read, right? I found out, I found out in all that I knew and all the knowledge that I had gained throughout the years. As I looked out, I was convinced that Europeans and Caucasians, as a result of the colonialism and the colonizers, commonly called the white man, throughout the 60s and 70s, was the devil. I had a disease called tunnel vision. And so far as I had not see African Americans, commonly called the black man, as children of the devil. However, I said I was a fool. I was tricked. Like we all was that's in our right mind was tricked by our own damn people. You know what I'm saying? Our own damn people, man. It's crazy. I was deceived. I was beguiled. Not by some big hairy creature with horns, a tail, and pitchfork, and not by some blonde-haired, blue-eyed, devout Christian, right? No, I was deceived by my own, which is crazy, man. John 3, John 1:11. What's that? Yup, John 1:11. Jesus said in John 8:44, you are of your father the devil, and the lust of your fathers you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. Because there is no truth in him or her or them that's of that seed. When he speaks of his own, right? When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. For he is for he is the father of lies, right? For he is a liar and the father of it. Dang, yo. You know what I'm saying? This is really eye-opening information, right? This is information that is really relevant pertaining to the real life that we living out here right now. Yahshua said, Yahshua the Christ, right? I know the blasphemy of those who say they are Jews and are not. Revelations 2:9. I realize now because the Bible says Jesus spoke in parables. Matthew 13:1-35 and Mark 3:23. He was speaking to his own people, right? To his own people and his own race. That's where the biggest deception can come in. When you can think that you're so good, right? That you can't give birth to devils and the devil's seed, or that you're so strong that the devil and his lust can't trick you. So the lust, look at how much we just riddled with so much lust out here with the women, or the women lusting after the man. The lust, the traits of the lust, the characteristics of the lust. What does it lead to? Does it lead to marriage, or does it lead to recreational sex? That recreation. Just think about that. The time that we have on the planet is to get right, not to get wrong. So may we continue to maximize our development mentally with right knowledge, correct information, and be rightly guided, being of some justice to ourselves through loving ourselves. We owe ourselves all the love that we can possibly muster in this life. You know what I'm saying? We have to love ourselves, and the energy and the vibration of love that emit from our auric field may have healing positive effects on others. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? The haters continue. This continue to read, right? It's just a reality of the duality of this existence. But this continue to read, right? We gotta know how to handle this life. Okay? He was speaking to his own people and his own race. That's where the biggest deception can come in. When you can think that you're so good that you can't give birth to devils and the devil seed, or that you're so strong that the devil and his the devil and his lust can't trick you. Remember, the devil has his host, right? The devil and his host spends every waking moment looking for the flaws in God's creation. I'm going to say that again, read that again. I'm going to read this again. I'm going to say this again. Remember, the devil and his host spends every waking moment looking for the flaws in God's chosen. Oh, wait a minute. The flaws in God's creation. Wait a minute. I'm finna go somewhere else with that one. Okay, remember, the devil and his host spends every waking moment looking for the flaws in God's chosen, because they know the world will disregard all of the good you do for the one evil thing that they deceived you into. Now, wait a minute. That is a powerful cluster of insight on how the devil worked, you know what I'm saying, and his host work, right? Now, let's go through that again. Remember, the devil and his host spends every waking moment looking for the flaws in God's chosen, because they know the world will disregard all the good you do for the one evil that they tricked you into or deceived you into. So in looking for the flaws in God's creation, or like we know, we living in an imperfect world where we are imperfect. So for us who is living to do the will of God, certain entities, forces, people situations and circumstances in creation would try to look for the flaws in us, for us to get deceived out of the righteous character into the character of being deceived from being set up in the first place by certain forces trying to create a situation to get us to react outside of the righteous character. You know what I'm saying? So being on guard against the evil by us having control over ourselves to be in tune with the righteous side of our willpower. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We are in control to sin no more or give in to something, you know what I'm saying, that will cause us to feel guilty about some kind of, wrong that we have done as an act that we have committed against our own selves. Because having awareness is everything. Because the devil said, you listen to me. You could have not responded. You know what I'm saying? But I set the table for you to make your own moves, right? Even though it was set up by me, but yet you use your own free will to partake in the delicacies of the harlot. You know what I'm saying? The great whore that sits on many waters, meaning people, that the great whore all over the world done deceived through the women. You know what I'm saying? So you women of God out here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, indeed, you know what I'm saying? Show and prove and separate yourself through your actions and deeds and language. Put out into the universe, you know what I'm saying, who you really are as a woman of God. To have the back of a lot of us brothers who represent the righteous side of being a righteous man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a manifestation of the flesh in the universe as a star seed. Being a light worker. Now that I know better, I'm doing better. You know what I'm saying? And to the youth out here, y'all can connect with the spiritual teachings of God and learn early this wisdom that I am sharing in this medium of communication right here. Y'all can stop the carnage, through thinking differently, because it's more beautiful to know that it's cool to treat each other with respect, decency, and be nice to one another as young men coming up in this world that's trying to contaminate y'all mind with the negative attitudes that y'all have toward one another, with the destruction y'all causing out here, thinking it's cool. No, that's not cool. It's cool to be an intelligent young man that glorify being cool with your brother. You know what I'm saying? And supporting one another and having fun with each other, wanting to see each other live and strive and be and experience good fortune without pain and suffering toward one another. Our relationships supposed to be positive, healing relationships where we have each other's backs, you know what I'm saying, in life for positive reasons, not backbiting reasons. It's cool to be cool with each other, for real. Even brothers you don't know, speak to the brothers. You know what I'm saying? That'll make a brother day. Speak to them in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? That produce positive energy. That creates positive energy amongst your brothers, young men. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's cool. You know what I'm saying? That make that the norm. You know what I'm saying? Being of a source of support for your brothers with good attitudes, minus the hating on each other, minus the jealousies of each other, or being envious of your brother. Or the sisters too. Quit being envious of your sisters. Quit backbiting the sisters. You know what I'm saying? Quit being jealous towards your sisters. You know what I'm saying? Love your sisters or your people. You know what I'm saying? Which is a positive frequency that's beneficial to us all in the community and the world at large. You know what I'm saying? How long y'all been on this earth in terms of like, are you learning anything? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Most High is the best of planners, right? We have to watch out, you know what I'm saying, for the negative slave mentalities that's caught up in the devil's web, right? That's breeding these negative traits, you know what I'm saying, of these black devils in our communities, you know what I'm saying, that's caught up by these negative influences, right? We literally bred and welcomed into our congregation children of the devil, and they were there from the time they became conscious of who and what they were until the year 2000 AD. Your own children will deliver you to the devil because they prefer to honor Satan and turn their back on their parents. It tells you right in the Bible according to the following quote where it states Matthew 10:1, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father, the child, and the children shall rise up against the parents and cause them to be put to death. Micah 7:6. It's crazy how that can go that deep because we hear stories on the news where people have been committing acts to that degree like that against their own family. It's crazy. We don't do that as a people. We don't have that kind of spirit in us toward our family like that. But guess what? Some of these people have been doing this, which is crazy, right? In the book of Micah 7:6, for the son dishonoreth the father, the mother, no, the daughter rises up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. Malachi 1:6. A son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord, the Most High of hosts, unto you, O priests, that despise my name. And ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? Right? So it's crazy how people be in denial. Oh, nah, that ain't me you describing. These certain negative characteristics in me, exposing me. Nah, that ain't me. You a lie, and you know it. You know what I'm saying? So by me knowing it, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to take the right action and not deal with you. And let the Most High deal with you, because even though the Most High say vengeance is mine, you literally can just sit back, stay out the way, and know that the forces that is with me, like may the force be with you, the force do be with me, where the spirit world work in certain ways and destroy certain people, you know what I'm saying, that you had a problem with, that is not a problem no more. You know what I'm saying? So we don't create problems. We're about solutions. That's why I like to communicate and talk. You know what I'm saying? About things that's sensible. Let us reason together. You know what I'm saying? Because this thing's happening out here to where, look, on my watch, I got to make sure my house is in order. You know what I'm saying? And keep it in order. For instance, just continue to read, right? However, all of a sudden, as we approach the year or the end of the millennium, right? The year 2000 and beyond, some of the devils who gave birth to devils, these children of ours, our converts, or our friends who appear to be so devoted to everything we stood for and believe, immediately lost faith in what they live their life for. Or at least that's what they like to make us believe. They had the truth and turned their backs away from it, from the truth. 2 Timothy 4:4 states, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned into fables. Now watch this. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned into fables. That's what we was talking about, right? These fake people out here, fake as hell. They turned into fables. They not solid. What makes you solid is being of the truth. Lies is on shifting sands that has no strong foundation. This is real. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, right? That's powerful. Once again, right? This is so interesting. 2 Timothy 3:5 states, having a form of godliness. Wait a minute. 2 Timothy 4:4 states, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned into fables, fake people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Who give ear to certain illusions, who listen to illusions and live illusions out. And don't become disillusioned, but live a lie. 2 Timothy 3:5 states also, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. And that's what I'm doing to you haters. To such I turn away. You know what I'm saying? And let my light shine and continue to live my blessed life. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I see the divine fortune that's upon me. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm rightly guided. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, you know what I'm saying? Much power to the multi-celestial energy beings out here. The chosen one, star seeds, golden children. Positive energy activate constant elevation. And know that we are loved. You know what I'm saying? And may people, you know what I'm saying, quit feeding the negativity machine. You know what I'm saying? That's causing y'all to lose out on supreme wisdom that y'all can implement into your lives to start doing better from knowing better. You know what I'm saying? So, peace, love, and light to my people, baby. You know what I'm saying? Know thyself. Our ancestors told us, know thyself through knowledge of self, and be ye separated from the unclean things of the world, so you can have clear communication with the Creator who is real. You know what I'm saying? So we may be rightly guided and being same voices amongst the darkness out here. You know what I'm saying? Who actually have, where we have vision, where we can see the light in this darkness. We are the light in this darkness. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, people may look at you like you just an ordinary, everyday person. You know what I'm saying? Or you may be considered a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Or a star. You know what I'm saying? Or someone of a diplomatic position. Or someone of prestige. Right? High prestige. You know, or in some kind of position of power. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody is above the law. You know, the civilized societies pride themselves on as far as certain laws of society. No one is above the gods. You know what I'm saying? Because think about this. The Most High created man. Man created corporations. Corporations created institutions. And institutions, you know what I'm saying, created fictitious persons. So to learn certain lingo, when I was talking about the language spells, right? To get out of hell, change the psychology perspectives from the language. Like when we take in air, what do? We inhale. So instead of inhaling, breathe in air, fresh air. Breathe in oxygen. And exhale or breathe out oxygen. You know what I'm saying? Regarding the respiratory system, regarding the circulatory system, where we circulate air and oxygen that's connected with heaven while we live. Okay? Peace and love to all my peoples, you know what I'm saying? I just feel good, you know, about communicating, you know what I'm saying, with my peoples, you know what I'm saying? With eye-opening knowledge and wake-up information. You know what I'm saying? So once again, positive energy, activate constant elevation. You know what I'm saying? So the positive frequencies, tones, and vibrations. You know what I'm saying? May we expose ourselves to the frequency of natural nature. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, that's just where it's at. You know what I'm saying? To be in balance with natural nature through our higher self. Peace and love. And once again, you know, we gotta stay sucker free. You know what I'm saying? And keep your good judgment intact to where we find ourselves in a winning position regarding the community of ourselves through giving ourselves the love that we deserve. You know what I'm saying? Minus the unnecessary, you know, foolishness that's going on out here. We beyond that. We are a great people. We are a beautiful people. We speaking life into each other. You know what I'm saying? And where we may have life more abundantly. Peace and love.